Hey everybody, it's Chase here at Rocky Mountain. Thank you so much for joining us. Got another ride review for you today, and it's on the new Pirelli MX 32 mid-soft tires. Yes, they're still calling them the mid or the 32s, but they are all new. New tread designs, new tread compounds, new carcass construction, all of the above. So I ran the old Pirelli MX 32s in the past as a tire that I actually really enjoyed. Really liked the rear. The front was pretty good. It wasn't my favorite front tire, but still a great set of tires. Great traction. They transitioned really well from soft loamy into the hard pack, but the durability on those tires wasn't all that great. So before I dive into how these performed, I've got about just over 5 engine hours on them now. Let's just talk about a few of the specs and what they're trying to do. We'll do the rear and the front. So with the rear, Pirelli was trying to bridge the gap between a true mid-soft tire and a scoop. Look, all the buzz right now, if you watch the Pro Nationals, they're running a scoop tire pretty much everywhere. I mean, shoot, they might even run it at Washougal this year, you never know. But so Pirelli realized that, so they said, hey, let's try and bridge that gap between a traditional tire and a scoop. And if you look at the tread design, that's honestly was the first thing that I thought of when I saw it. And that was before I talked to the people at Pirelli to kind of get the ins and outs of it. I said, man, it looks like it's a hybrid. It's not quite a full scoop, but it's definitely more than just a traditional mid-soft. And so that's how this tread design is, what it's designed to do. It gives really good forward drive. If you look at the side lugs, they do have little cutouts in them. That's just to help give more biting edges when you're really leaning the bike over. And then in the front, kind of interesting, you notice that they don't have any lugs going down the center of the tread. And the reason for that is they say that by not doing that and having the two lugs spread out, it's better compliance and bump absorption because you're not trying to spread the entire load onto one single knob. It's going to spread that out over two. And then they increase the size of those diamond lugs that they have on the sidewall, which that's kind of been a thing that Pirelli's done for a long time. But they increase the size of those. That's just to help cut through the dirt and give good lean angle traction. So as I mentioned earlier, they have redesigned the carcass of the front and the rear, new tread compound. With the previous MX-32s, I think that was a complaint that some people had is the carcass will start to break down sooner than other tires. You just wouldn't get as much time before you'd start to maybe feel that sidewall start to roll. So they've increased the stiffness on the sidewall. Again, new tread compound just to get better durability. The older MX-32, like I said, I love that tire, but it would start to tear knobs pretty early. Now, let's get into how does it feel. I'm gonna start with the front because the front to me was the biggest improvement. I wasn't the biggest fan of the old MX-32. It just felt like, for me personally, to know if it's a tire that I like, it's just gotta be predictable. I don't like to have those moments where I'm starting to lean the bike over and then, oof, I feel the front tire start to push. Or, you know, if they throw some water down on a track that's getting a little bit hard pack, I wanna be able to trust that that front tire is gonna bite when I start to lean that bike over. So far with this new front, the lean angle traction has been really good. It hasn't given me any of those, oh shoot moments. I can trust it. Everything there is good. I'll be honest, I'm not as sensitive to carcass feel as maybe some other riders are. So that's not really something that I've paid a whole lot of attention to, but as far as just overall traction, braking with the front tire, it's been good. Like I said, over 5 hours now and no tearing, it's holding up great. Now for the rear, in my opinion, definitely caters more to a scoop feel than it does a mid-soft. So I'm gonna compare this a little bit to say the Dunlop MX-34 or even the Tusk T35. This tire straight line drive is phenomenal. Honestly, it kind of feels like I got a scoop tire on the back. And when you look at the tread design, you would kind of figure that would be the case. Where I noticed this tire to me wasn't quite as good as the old MX-32 and even compared to just a true mid-soft is when some of the jump faces today get really hard packed and baked in and then they throw some water down. I just noticed that when I'm landing or I'm on a harder surface that's pretty slick, whether it's dry or they put water down and I start to brake, I feel like that rear tire wants to break loose sooner than I'm expecting it to. So I would say that the lean angle traction under braking on a harder surface isn't quite as good. When the track is soft and loamy and it's tacky, no issues there. It's just when it starts to get dried out and baked, I notice that. But that's kind of, you could expect that on really any mid-soft tire, especially one that's kind of a hybrid like this new MX-32 is. But aside from that, they've been great. The rear tires holding up awesome, no issues there. I'm running about 12.5, 13 in the rear, between 13 and 14 in the front. But yeah, so all new tire from Pirelli. Again, they're just looking to improve the tire any way they can, but if you are looking at, if you run like say a mid-soft now, you've been thinking about a scoop tire and you're trying to get one that's trying to blend the gap, That's what the new MX32 is all about. But if you have questions, if you want some more feedback from me, I'm more than happy to give that to you. So leave your questions or comments down below. To check these out, just click the link or head over to RockyMountainATVMC.com. And we ship for free over 75 bucks. If you want to stay up to date on ride reviews like this, you can subscribe to the Rocky Mountain YouTube channel. I'm Chase. We'll see you on the trails.